Introducing What's Country in Vegas, the show to watch for the inside scoop on some of the hottest country celebrities. You'll get a private tour of intriguing historical locations in and around Las Vegas and go behind the scenes at the most talked about country events in town. It's your ticket to everything country in Vegas. Come share the ride with your host, Tina Montana.
Welcome to our show, What's Country in Vegas. This is really exciting. I've got a moment here to talk with the president of the
World Series of Team Roping.
The World Series of Team Roping. I sometimes forget. And I want to tell you all that team roping has become the fastest rising sport in America. It's actually surpassing the game of golf.
I did not know that.
We found this out. Can you tell me why that might be?
Well, I heard that they're closing 3 golf courses a day. That could be helping us.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of a water shortage here as well.
Correct.
I wanted to kind of find out a little bit more about this association. It's Draw to Vegas. It really you're really getting a really great turnout, and I thought maybe you could share some of that information, why this is such a great sport and how it can help our city.
Well, South Point basically created this event when they created the Equestrian Center here on the backside of South Point Casino, and it's world class, and they wanted to have an event that ran concurrently with the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and they couldn't quite figure out which one they wanted, but basically team roping is probably the largest, strongest segment of cowboy recreational sport in the country, and so it made a lot of sense. So whenever they decided that they wanted to do team roping, well, they knew that we had the ability to do it because my wife and I had both built a roping association back a number of years ago and had been semi-retired, so to speak, there for 4 or 5 years. And South Point Casino brought us out of retirement to build this event.
Where were you going to go when you were going to retire?
I wasn't retired. I was on a no-compete. They told me I couldn't do it.
Well, this is a very big draw to our city. It's a very big draw for you, and I guess you were telling me earlier that the draw is because it has a very high payout.
It hits, of course, now that the payoff's been expanded for the National Finals Rodeo, they're equivalent, but for the last 2 years, this has been exceeded the National Finals Rodeo in payout. We were $10 million last year when they were paying out about $6 million. So,
wait, so I heard that correctly. You said $10 million this year?
$10 million last year and $10 million this year.
Wow, that's very high. How many contestants or team ropers are going to be entering?
Around 3,500.
3,500. That's a lot of horses, a lot of horse trailers, and a lot of cowboys.
Yes, yeah. And it took about 25,000 ropers out here in the West to be able to boil it down to this 3,500 that are here competing.
Wow, and I also want to tell my viewers there is another team roping going on with this association. It is over at the Orleans Hotel and Casino, and it's called, is it the Shootout?
Yeah, it's the Orleans Shootouts, and that is one of our sanctioned events. We put on 144 of those a year, and that's one of them.
Okay, and that payout as well is very high as well.
It was a great payout. Yeah.
Great payout. Wow, this is really exciting. So tell me, with being the president, what's your mission? What's your goals for this association? How can Vegas help you?
Well, our goal is to provide recreational opportunity for enthusiasts of roping, and there's a lot of them. I mean, there's 180,000 team ropers nationwide, and now it's Las Vegas has become the epicenter. It's always been
team roping.
Absolutely. It's been Dallas, Fort Worth, and Phoenix, Texas, and now the epicenter of team roping in the United States is now Las Vegas.
And we have a great equine community here in Las Vegas. We have lots of team ropers here. We'd actually like to see you come to Las Vegas more often. Is there any way we can get you to do that?
We put on a big event here in the spring. We call the Perfect 10. We put it out at Clark County, and it's one of our major qualifiers. It's a $250,000 event. We do it once a year, and we have ropings at Mesquite and at Kingman and Flagstaff and all around. You've got a lot more of them around you than you think you do.
Ooh, okay. So if you're stay tuned, stay tuned for that. You can follow Denny. Denny, what would be the best way to find out more information about this association?
Our website's generally the best place, and it's wstroping.com.
Fantastic. Now, before you. I guess before I leave this interview, I have to ask you, is there one thing in Vegas you haven't seen or you really want to do?
I've heard that for the right kind of money that you can go out and get in a Formula One race car on the end of town, and I have not done that yet. That's on my bucket list.
Denny, you need to do that because my producer here is really into cars. He knows all about that. He's going to give you the highlights of how to get out there and do that. And is there a special car you want to drive? Did you say Formula One?
No, it's just, as long as it's fast, I'm good.
All right, and fast Denny, fast Team Roping, and a fast car, it all goes hand in hand. Thank you again, and let's go see what else is happening here at the South Point. I'm Tina here with What's Country in Vegas, and we have gotten the opportunity to meet this young rising star, Chase Bryant, out of Nashville, Tennessee. I tell you, it's excitement out here at the Fremont Street Experience for the 29th Annual Downtown Hoedown. Chase, how you feeling tonight?
Glad to be here. It's going to be a fun night. Going to be a really fun night. So.
Oh, and you look great.
Thank you.
And you are a Texan native.
I am. I'm from Texas originally. Lived in Orange Grove, Texas, right outside of Corpus Christi for the first 16 years of my life, and moved to Los Angeles to pursue music. And it was kind of my first shot at pursuing a country music career, which some people think I was 1,200 miles away from really pursuing one. But spent 2 years there on an independent record label and writing a lot. Really didn't do much of anything there. And then actually moved out to Nashville about 5 years ago. So I've spent when I was 18 to about 23 now. So I've been there. So.
But wait, now you said 18, about 23, but how old are you right now?
23, yeah.
Okay.
so I've been there ever since, but I'm never home anymore. But I've been there for a while now, so say about 5 years. So it's been really
5 years. Nashville. I actually used to live in Nashville. I love Nashville. I noticed that they have called you the musical maverick, and I want to know more about how you got this title.
I don't know. I guess
I know.
I guess somebody was crazy enough to give it to me. But I grew up in a musical family. My grandfather played for Roy Orbison and Waylon Jennings, and then my uncles were in a band called Ricochet in the '90s. They hit Daddy's Money in 1996. So.
I remember them. That was my era.
Yeah. So I've just grown up around the music. So naturally I've been so in depth in music since I was
a kid. But Chase, you're being very humble because I've been told that there's something that you can do with the guitar and that you taught yourself how to play at 3 years old.
Yeah. It's a right-handed guitar that I play left-handed. So I've got a couple left-handed guitars, but they're all strung right-handed. So the high strings on top for me, low strings on bottom, and it should be actually reverse of that if you're playing it the correct way. But I don't know if you'd call it talent. I think you just call it stupid. But
I call that talent.
So that's just the way I learned to pick it up, and a lot of people said I'd never do it that way. So I think I intended to travel the hard road and be hard-headed.
I actually think that's what sets you apart as an individual, and I've also been told that you co-produce and co-write a lot of your songs.
I'm co-producing my album with my best friend Derek George, and then co-wrote every song on the record and play guitars on the record and amongst a couple other instruments. And then it's been fun. I mean, it's been the path I've always wanted to travel down, and it's a dream I've had since I was a kid. So.
Again, he's being very humble. Which will move me into my next question. People Magazine referred to you as sexy. Hey, it's when people refer to you as sexy, that's a big compliment. And sentimental.
Yeah, it's another one. I think it takes you along as an artist. I think a lot of people try to carve out an image, and definitely this image is one that we work to carve out for me, and it's just kind of who I am. I mean, this whole past couple of years, it's just been who is Chase Bryant, and I think that's what I try to.
Tell us who you are.
Well, a small town kid, a kid from Texas, where a lot of people said I'd never be anything more than maybe a farmer, rancher working in an oil field company. But that was never for me. I mean, music was what I was destined to do, I feel like, and just kind of what I'd always wanted to do. So I never really let anybody tell me no or turn me down. And if they did, I just kept working even harder to get to it. So I'd say I'm a striving individual in a music industry, full of great musicians and artists and people at that, So.
And the music industry, you do have to be very persistent, and you really can't give up on who you are, and you have to shape your own individuality. Do you agree?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think you got to shape out who you are, but also realize that you're never going to be anybody else but yourself. And how do you just stay to that person? And that's really being humble and being kind to people, and taking 5 seconds of every day. And if somebody comes up and tries to talk to you, spend time with them. Don't try to shut somebody down. And I think that's the biggest thing as being an artist, is just being humble.
I agree, and that's actually what we like to really push to on our motto on our show. Tell me, this is a kickoff party for the WNFR rodeo. Are you going to get a chance to go see any of these guys compete here and ladies compete in the rodeo?
I'm out of town tomorrow. We've been here. This is our 4th day here, so we've just kind of been hanging out in town for a little bit. But I got to get back home tomorrow and catch a bus call to head out to. I think we're headed up to Wisconsin or Michigan next. So we're kind of all over.
Heavy tour date.
Yeah. We're touring all over right now. So we finish up about the 20th of December, and then start back the second week of January. So.
Okay, so you're going to take a little break for Christmas?
I will. Yeah, I'm going to go see my family in Texas and spend time with them. And it's rare that I get to do those things anymore. So
sure.
They usually come out on the road or come see us play somewhere. But I'm going to go home and see them for a while, which would be great.
All right. So is there anything special that you want for Christmas?
I'm a big hunter and I'm a big fisherman. So I've been wanting a new revolver or something new like that, or maybe.
Should I be scared?
No. I think it's snakes or something else should probably be scared in the grass. But no, I just really more than anything is spend time with family and some good Mexican food back home. Those are two of my biggest.
Oh, I like Mexican food too. And I also want to ask you, are you single still?
I am single. Yeah, I'm still.
Lady, single.
I don't think that's bound to change anytime soon. So I'm not on Tinder. I'm on no dating site, so don't try to find me there. But so I am. I think it's looking for the right person is always a big deal. But also I'm so stranded to what I'm doing now, and it's
sure you're trying to stay focused.
It's kind of stranded you could ever be, so I'm glad.
Okay, so I got one last question for you. So actually two. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years. I'd love to be back at do a residency or something here in Vegas. That'd be awesome. I think still on country radio and really trying to still carve that path. I think I was on tour with Tim McGraw, and one thing he said is the work. It's like the work never ends. It's always work. But if you enjoy it, that's the biggest key, and that's the best part about doing what we do is we really enjoy it. And
having the passion for it.
Yeah, you got to have a passion. You got to want to do it. You got to want to wake up, and that's the first thing you do.
So being with that said, I would say if you were telling our viewers out there if they really want to get into the music industry, just to chase your dreams, be passionate, and be persistent.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, but I also think it's let no become your favorite answer for a minute. I think yes and no are my two. Like, I hate yes, I also hate no. I love yes, I love no, and the reason is because I think you're getting told no at the right time. I think so too. I think you think and you think everything's perfect, but sometimes cars have defaults too. And I think there's things you have to figure out and mismanufacture. So I think a lot of times you should let no help carve that next yes.
I agree. I believe that sometimes we can have no can be our destiny because we have another opportunity coming.
Yeah, and I think that, and I think don't get used to being told yes, because I think that's when you're surrounding yourself with people who just want to become a part of who you are, and that's great. But
like a yes man?
Yeah, you don't want to.
My husband's a yes man.
Well, he should be. He should be. Any man should be, shouldn't they? So
I won't tell him. We won't view that portion.
I'm starting to learn that. I'm glad I picked it up early. But no, I think other than that, I think it's just don't surround yourself with people who are just going to tell you yes just because it's easy for them to do, and they're
not your true friends.
Surround yourself with people who are honest with you and the people who love you more than you ever know. I think that's the biggest thing, and it's just be passionate about what you do and carve your own path. Don't let anybody try to do it for you.
I agree so much. And I want to thank you again for giving us the time to interview, get to really know that Chase Bryant, this star, he's going far. He's got favor over him, and he's got the right attitude. And that's what we believe here in What's Country in Vegas. Keep it real and keep it country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Chad Mathis, he's a clinician, big team roper, here to show us the ropes about these machines here. What's it called? The Helimatic?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
We're from Kansas City, Missouri. My wife and I are out here this week helping Helimatic sell some products. We're helping quite a few people with their roping here while they're at Vegas and just having a great time.
Outstanding. And you are also a team roper.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, were you in this event here at the South Point this week?
I was not. This is more of an event geared towards amateur ropers.
Okay.
There aren't very many professional classes at this roping, so unfortunately we couldn't compete this week.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about, you say you have a video, you do instructional videos. Where can we see that? Where is it at?
They're on Facebook, and they're through Helimatic Training Systems Facebook, so you have to like them on Facebook, and then when they put it on every Wednesday, it'll pop up on your Facebook, and then they're also put them on YouTube as well.
Okay, so I want to learn about the tools, the proper tools about becoming a team roper for people who want to maybe break into this industry and this event. I know that there's good tools. We talking about what the glove is about. Show me what the glove is and why would you use the glove?
Most of these ropes that people use at a team roping, they're mostly made in nylon. And
Okay.
as we know, when nylon travels fast, it gets hot.
Yes.
And so the glove is basically just a mild form of protection. You can still get burnt through the glove, but for the most part, the glove protects you from the burn, from the rope sliding through your hand.
And this glove feels a little bit different. I've seen the ones that are cotton. This one feels like a little mix of cotton nylon.
This is cotton with a little bit of nylon, but still probably 80% cotton.
Okay, and proper tools, well, you got to have a good rope. Different weights of ropes, or how do you distinguish what rope is for the right person?
Headers, typically, when they're heading and roping the horns and turning the steers, they usually use a shorter, softer rope.
Okay.
Like soft by,
And it feels really like flexible.
really light, really
light.
soft. Healers, rope in the back end, they usually use a stiffer, bigger rope, heavier rope.
Okay, and then what about like high school students or young girls who are doing breakaway and tie down roping? What type of ropes for them?
Most of those ropes are either made out of grass or they're made out of polyester, and 100% polyester. That's what this rope is. That's what you're going to use. It's very soft and very pliable and very easy to swing.
So would a person like me, I'm a female, I may not be as strong as a man, do I have a different type of lightweight rope versus a man?
Usually the stronger and more powerful you are, the heavier, stiffer rope you can swing.
Okay.
On either end. So, you've got a range of head ropes and a range of heel ropes, and usually that's how we do it. A more of a beginner, even on the heel side, is going to use a softer lay than a professional is.
Okay, and then as for the saddles, so we were talking about saddles earlier with the custom saddle maker, and a good fit is always a proper tool, proper balance, proper riding. Tell me a little bit more about saddles, what you know and what you can tell my viewers.
The two most important things for me about saddles is, number one, does it fit the horse? Because if you have a saddle that doesn't fit the horse, you're going to take a horse that works really well and he's going to get sore, just like we do if our tennis shoes don't fit, okay? And then they're just going to continually go downhill and get worse and worse and worse. So you want a saddle that fits your horse. The other thing that you need is a saddle that fits you. If you're 6 foot tall and weigh 300 pounds, you're going to need a different saddle than you are if you're 5 foot tall and weigh 100 pounds.
Oh,
seats are different
like
sizes. Okay. So it's very situational, but it's one of the most important things you can do.
Outstanding. All right, so want to show me the ropes?
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm a beginner. I've maybe thrown a rope a few times. Show me how I get started.
There's 4 important things when we
Okay.
rope the ground dummy. Okay?
Okay.
One is target. Okay. You have to have some place to put your rope to. Okay.
Okay.
So we talk about the parts and pieces of the rope. This is the Honda.
Okay.
This is the tip, bottom strand, top strand. Okay. This piece right here, the piece that's in between my hands, we call that the piece between our hands. Okay. These are the coils. This is the tail.
Okay.
Okay. So when we head, which we have a heading dummy sitting here, the goal of the operation is to take the bottom strand, okay, which as you can see is in correlation with my pinky finger.
Okay.
The bottom strand has to go right to here
Okay.
every time.
Wow.
Or we don't catch.
Okay, now how far away do I want to be from my steer when I'm throwing out?
Depending, the shorter you are, the closer you need to be. Okay.
Oh,
And
wow,
especially
okay.
When we're gonna learn, when we're gonna teach somebody how to rope, we're gonna put you right here on it. Okay.
Okay.
So we don't have to reach and we don't have to throw. We can just swing the rope and lay it to the target.
Is that one of those terms called stick it to them?
That's right.
All right.
That's correct. So the first thing was target. We got that.
Okay.
We know the pieces of the rope. The next thing is position. We just
Okay.
covered that. Okay. Now we got the swing.
Okay.
So if my target is right there, and that's where I'm trying to get the rope to, right here, I'm going to swing the rope so that I can see the target through the rope. Okay. Back up a little bit and I'll show you what I mean. So my target, from my eye line to the target, I'm going to be able to see the target through my loop every time.
And your finger positioning.
Well, my
Okay.
finger, I don't really point my finger, but I want the rope to come across my palm diagonally, and not put it in there like that because I don't have as much control.
And then they want to shoot out and let go?
Yep. You
Okay.
just wanna, if your swing is in the correct position, then when you go to release the rope, rope, all you have to do is guide the bottom strand to the target and let go.
And follow through.
Follow through.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
So we've got we know the parts and pieces of our rope. We know that we need target, position, swing, delivery in that order every time, and that's how we teach someone how to rope. And we start them down here on the ground, and eventually when they get to the point where they get pretty consistent down here and can catch, then we put them up on a horse, and then we go to one of the bigger machines like this one in front of us.
okay.
Okay?
Okay, so
Great training
so
tools.
I can't graduate to that until I can get this one.
That's right. At least 10 times in a row.
10 times in a row.
That's
What if
right.
my arm gets stiff?
Well,
Practice.
you're gonna have to wait again till tomorrow.
Now, when I'm watching some of these team ropers compete in the WNFR, I'm seeing a real high, fast loop.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
As far as team roping goes, the more advanced you get, the more things you can do and the more things you can get away with. However, everyone that you're going to watch on TV at the NFR this week has an outstanding fundamental base.
Okay.
Okay, and that's when we teach someone how to rope, we have to get control of everything before we add speed, or we just make it harder.
Same with your righties.
Same with your riding. That's
Now,
right.
what about these guys? So I see have no thumbs. How does that happen?
It's a dangerous sport. So, for example, if I rope a steer, right, and I pull my slack, and of course team roping, we're dallying around the saddle horn.
Kids fall back.
If
Okay.
one of these falls down like this, and I get crossed over, and it comes tight, it's around your
There's your
finger, just like
finger.
that.
Ow. Oh gosh. Hurt. Ooh. Ouch.
So things happen. but
Okay. That's the risk of the sport.
That's the risk of the sport, and that's why control is so much more important than speed at first.
Okay.
Okay.
How does balance play a factor? In most equine disciplines, balance is the key to riding. Does it matter in team roping?
It's even more so in team roping. It's the same as any professional sport. You know, just like football, they teach proper balance and which stances you're in that create power. It's the same thing as team roping. And same thing in team roping. If you get rocked back, you lose power. If you get rocked too far forward, you lose power. We used to teach people to try to stand up when they rope.
Yes, I've seen that.
Now we teach them to use the stirrups for balance and use their upper body strength and keep contact all the way through the saddle.
And I'll sometimes see that when their legs will kind of maybe straighten out rather than be bent,
Yes.
as where you were sitting more in the saddle.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right.
You ready?
Let's do it.
You need some of it?
Okay, so
go through your steps. Here.
Okay.
I built the loop for you. We got
All
that
right.
down,
I want my
okay?
hand like this,
Yep,
or do I want it down here?
Here, a little higher.
Up here?
There you go.
Okay.
Now, don't point. Just kind of cup it under like that. Use
Okay.
your whole finger. Okay.
All right.
So see how the rope is across your palm?
Yep.
Not this way, but across the whole palm. Mm-hmm. This in this hand.
I want to do it with my wrist.
Nope. Come up here. I'm gonna help you. Okay. So we go through our steps, right? Target.
Target.
Target under the right horn.
Okay.
Okay. We got our position. That's stationary. Okay.
Okay.
So swing. You're going to use your whole arm, not your wrist. Use your whole arm and swing the rope. And this piece that you feel on your pinky right here.
Yep.
That's the piece that needs to go right here.
Wow.
Okay. So
This is
target,
coordination. Very
That's
cool.
right.
A lot of coordination.
Get a little closer. Don't
Okay.
be afraid to get closer. There you
I'm
go.
afraid about hitting you, so can I start swinging like that? How am I doing?
Easy. Nice.
Slower.
Now lay the rope to the target.
Okay. One more time.
Okay, that's really good. You got the rope to the target the first time.
Okay.
And now, in order to catch the left horn, we take the pinky to the target, and then we have to carry the piece that we're hanging
throw
on
it
to
over.
across.
Okay.
Over the left horn. Okay.
So where I failed is I went out, but I didn't fall over.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You didn't keep the rope in your fingertips long enough when you came across to carry it across.
This would be like golfing.
Yes.
All right, like golfing.
Yes.
I can
Here.
golf.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
I think you can catch it this time.
I hope I can catch it.
If you can't, you're fired.
I can catch a couple cowboys.
Okay, so we got target.
Target. Okay.
Position. Get up there close in position. Okay.
All right.
Target position. Swing.
And follow through. Okay. Run like this.
Bottom strand to the target and come across.
Missed.
Almost.
Okay. And then, okay, so I want to make sure I don't get caught. That's another thing, pulling up. And then my coils,
Yep.
twisting around.
Yep.
As I noticed that, just twist it around like this.
Build it up and start it again.
Because I don't want to like get the rope all tangled and then
Right.
someone trips, right?
Right.
Okay.
Very good.
Whew. All right. Okay, it was third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. Okay. Here. Okay, so don't forget the most important part, and this is the thing that makes this sport so hard. The hardest part about this is learning to guide the rope to where you want it to go, because it's not actually a throw. We
Okay.
create power in our swing when we get more advanced.
To follow through.
Yes.
Okay.
But at an amateur level, control is the most important. So remember, this time we're going to target, position, swing. On the delivery, we're going to guide this piece that's on our pinky to the target.
So
carry the rope
follow me
across.
through. So before I let go, when I go around, just follow through like this.
Yeah, that's right.
Does my arm need to be straight, like in golf?
Extend. Yes, ma'am.
Extend and then keep it straight.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's try it again. Around like this, right?
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Target.
Okay, target. Wow! Almost, I missed a horn.
It's okay.
Would I qualify?
You're teachable.
Hey, I felt good about that. That actually felt really good.
That's good.
That felt good, and so I can see that. I mean, I think my part would be trying to get it coiled back up. That's where I might trip over a few things.
The main thing for me when you're trying to learn how to rope, get good tools. Helimatic
Yes.
Training Systems has great tools.
Okay.
This is the heading ground dummy, the Bones 2.0. This is the heeling ground dummy, the Hawks. You can get a lot out of these without ever having to buy a horse.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So-
And then, I mean, I could see that healing, though, catching the back of the legs would be a lot harder than catching the horns, do you think? I would think.
It is sometimes, and it depends on how good your header is also. If you've got a header in front of you that handles steers nice, it's a lot easier than a header that just kind of whips them out of there and
All right.
goes like heck. So
Okay, so you show me how to do the heel. I'm going to let you do that one. That one's for you.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm going to try this one right here.
yeah, we'll try this one right here. Heeling is the same thing.
You know what? Our legs got to go back and forth here.
Yeah.
Okay.
From a practicing standpoint, when somebody's trying to learn, we just keep everything still, okay? Same thing, target, position, swing, delivery. So my target is the red X over there on that leg. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but
We'll get it come a little closer and we get on the other side here. There's a red X over here.
target, position, swing, delivery, same
Okay.
thing. Now, on the heel side, we concentrate a little bit more. We concentrate a little bit more on the top strand, which is going to be the big finger, than we do the
Okay.
bottom. Not much more, but when we're teaching people, we teach the top strand first.
Okay.
Neither strand is more important than the other one, but when we're from a teaching standpoint, the top strand is what has to hit that X. So that's what we start with.
Okay, so one of the things that you did point out is that this is the length of your arm. Is that correct? Underneath your armpit? Is that?
Usually we try to make this length, and this works for everybody because it works no matter how tall you are. We put our thumb and our forefinger on the burner, which is this rawhide piece, and
Okay.
we go the length of our arm.
Like there.
for our
Okay.
spoke. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay.
And then we usually generally teach we're going to make the loop. We're going to make the loop as tall as us.
Wow, that's big.
So we got
All right, so I'm going to go back over this way again.
Yep. So we have target.
Okay.
We get our position based on our height. We have our swing. We're pulling the rope across the cow. And then our delivery is the same thing. We're going to slow down and we're going to guide the top strand to the target and come
And then
across.
pull back. Okay. Wow.
That's the basics of healing right there.
Well, the healing looks a lot harder than the heading.
Yeah, but it's a lot more fun.
So I guess when we're leading out, I'm going to have to find a couple people that can tell me some terms here. Turn them and burn them.
Turn them and burn them. That's when you got to be fast.
Okay, and what's another one? Duck out?
Bombing out. See that T-shirt?
Bombing out?
Bombing out.
How about chuck them and duck them?
Yep.
All right.
Wheeling beef.
What's that one?
Wheeling beef.
Wheeling beef.
Wheeling beef.
We're wheeling beef. All right.
That's
So folks, we're going to go wheel some beef and find out more about these team rope returns. I want to thank our guest here,
Thank
Chad.
you.
Chad, where can people find you again on the internet or watch your show?
We're on ChadMathisRoping.com. Like we said, we do the Ask the Pro. If you want to see some of our videos, go to YouTube and look up Ask the Pros, and it'll pull up all the videos we've done the last 2 or 3 years. Go to Helimatic on Facebook, like their page, and my videos will pop up on yours every week.
And get the proper roping tools.
That's right.
That brings success.
Very
Thank
good.
you for tuning into What's Country in Las Vegas. Keep it real. Keep it country. So one thing we've learned about this event is you may know you're around a team roper if you hear the following quotes. What does the term wheelin' beef mean?
I don't have any idea.
You never heard that term before? How about turn 'em and burn 'em?
Yeah, I've heard that term.
What's that mean?
Turn them and rope 2 feet and burn them.
All right, there you go. That's a terminology if you're around a team roper. Have you ever heard of the term called wheelin' the beef?
What?
Wheelin' beef?
Wheeling beef? No, I ain't heard that.
Hey, I'm trying to find out about these words. turn 'em and burn 'em?
Turn them and burn them. Means go fast. Yeah, go fast.
Go fast? What about wheeling the beef?
Willing the beef, heeling down maybe. I ain't sure.
Chuck 'em and duck 'em.
Going fast.
He won't go in the box. Are you Team Roper,
Buy
sir?
another horse. Buy another horse.
Bad horse. Bad horse. You won't go in the box.
Right on. Thank you for your time. Do you Team Rope, sir?
Yes,
You do?
not as good as these guys.
Okay, well, I'm curious because I keep hearing these terms everywhere I go called chuck 'em and duck 'em.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. What about you won't back into the box?
No, you back into the box. Chuck and duck 'em is you go into the box, you run out real quick, you throw your rope, and you dally and take off real quick
Okay.
instead of rate your steer.
Is that what you call stick it to 'em?
If you stick it to them right, you got it made.
Ooh! Well, that's our show, folks. We got to go now, but we want to thank you for tuning in to What's Country in Las Vegas. Stay tuned to our show next week. You never know who we might run into, or who we might see, or where we might be. Keep it real and keep it country.
Thanks for watching What's Country in Vegas. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube. If you'd like to be a part of our show or are interested in advertising, please use the contact info on the screen.